Oh no!
No!
Ring!
Hi guys, and welcome to our reaction to the first team match of this year, a number one contender match no less. Here on Dedicated to Art, I am as usual your host Kees Cornelissen, joined once again by Nico Rogoli and Chris Delman for a number one contender match between the Harris brothers and critically acclaimed. Two teams who have definitely had a very good year in terms of teams last year. Unfortunately, critically acclaimed couldn't continue their good run that they were having because of Anarchy Tournament, but they're back now, and I'm excited for this. I'm very excited to see Whitney and Bibbs back in the ring. So, guys, Chris, go to your first thoughts on this match today.
Okay, so this hurts me because the Harris brothers were a team that I had no idea of what to expect from them. But then as they kept succeeding and getting to the finals before an unfortunate turn of events that just it didn't go the way that it should have for them, but
at all.
But they're still a formidable team. And it kills me that Bibbs and Whitney are going to steamroll them. It's not even funny. Like I'm sorry to sound like I'm throwing shade, but those two are hungry. Those two are extremely hungry for a shot at the belts because they've now been a team for coming up on 2 years. 2 years almost. And they're just now getting the opportunity to go for the belt. And if any team actually has a chance of defeating the Shire Wolves, it's these two.
Oh.
And I don't just say this because I'm a, diehard fan of the podcast Critically Acclaimed. But, I'm also saying this because I think they have what it takes. And, again, Lon, John, you guys are fantastic. And it actually turns out that you're all good friends, all four of you. But Bibbs and Wits, they got this. They got this.
Well, they should. Like, if you consider what they had to go through in the Anarchy Tournament, Bibbs was paired up with a guy he hates in Matt Nost. I'm still sad that he is not competing. But, yeah, Bibbs was paired up with Matt Nost, which he hated. He was like, I don't want to do this. I want to compete with my teammate. Speaking of his teammate, he killed it with...
Uh-oh.
Crap. Crap on a biscuit. Case, you died. Damn it.
That's the most...
That's all right. Just restart your thought. So just take it from where I finished my thought and then go from there.
Okay. Damn.
So Anarchy Tournament, Bibbs, Head, Nose.
Yeah, we can just...
I'll edit.
You can just edit. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, Bibbs and Whitney were probably not very happy with their Anarchy Tournament, whereas Lon and John should have been, considering they reached the finals, because Bibbs was paired up with a guy he hates in Matt Nost. And, I mean, they did well in their two matches, but not good enough. And I know that Bibbs was like, I want my own teammate back. I don't want to pair up with Nost. And then you have his teammate Whitney, who was paired up with Hewitt for one match. Unfortunately, it was just one match. But they scored over 30 points, and they still lost that match. Scoring over 30 points as a team and still losing, that's just, it's so aggravating. So considering that they're definitely hungry, but I do think Lon and John will put up a good fight. Anyway, Nico, what are your thoughts on these teams today?
I'm actually going to go the opposite of you guys. You guys are going with stats, but I'm going more with momentum. And the thing is, William Bibbiani and Whitney Seibel, they have been in the Schmodown for quite a while.
Yes.
They've had a great amount of highs and lows, a lot of them last year. Bibiani, he won the singles title, but then lost it. And
free fall.
Unfortunately,
less most bounce.
And unfortunately, the Anarchy tournament did not go their way. On the other hand, the Harris brothers, they had a phenomenal Anarchy tournament. And Lon Harris overall, as far as I remember, he only lost 2 matches out of the multiple matches he had last year. So I feel like momentum is more so on their side. And also, you got to factor in.
He lost against Irwin, Bateman,
and the team
the Bateman match. The Bateman match. I forgot about Bateman. But still, it was an impressive match that he had there against Bateman. So, on the fact of activity, Harris brothers have the advantage. In terms of momentum, I feel like the Harris brothers have the advantage, especially considering they're naturally brothers. Like, they've had lifetimes to get to know each other, know where each other is weak and strong, and be able to work off of that. And now, granted, Bibiani and Seibel, they've hosted a podcast for quite a while as well. So they also have developed that chemistry, but you can't go wrong with family. And so I'm going to go with the Harris brothers on this one.
So Nico is the Vin Diesel today. Interesting.
About
God
family.
damn it.
Well, we can speculate about this match all day. I just hope that both teams show up, score a lot of points. We get a great match. It is a long video, 49 minutes, so that's always a good sign. So hopefully no KOs or TKOs, just a great match between 2 great teams. We'll just press play in 3, 2, 1, play. Go right into it.
Yep.
I love
this
kind
shade of
refreshing.
blue.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is a nice shade of blue. I like it. It's brighter than the navy blue they used for last season. It has more pop to it.
Kind of like our blue.
Our blue is darker. But it's the yellow in our, like the yellow font that works.
Touche.
Welcome to Font Talk on Dedicated to Art.
Color and font talk.
Who cares about fonts anyway?
I care.
I care as well.
I care.
Exactly.
To this very exciting matchup that features teams that we think are going to answer a lot of questions correctly. On one side of the ledger, you have
Well, they should.
critically acclaimed, they know themselves some good movies, and the Harris brothers. Fun fact, they are related. They are related indeed. And
Are they not? You don't say.
Ellis, I love you.
We all do.
Indeed.
Champions who are the current champions, the Shire Wolves, Clark Wolf, Rachel Cushing, they are the champions. They defended the championship successfully at the Spectacular, and they needed new contenders. Well, enter critically acclaimed 3-1, 3 knockouts. The former
I love
Showdown
that
champion
intro.
of the world, William the Beast Bibiani, on that team.
That was so much fun.
The finalist of Anarchy.
And yet Andrew Guy wins Entrance of the Year for doing literally nothing but changing his music.
Hated that. I hated that. I hated it. I hated it.
To get to the title match.
They were a team accidentally thrown together
Sorry,
by
Case.
circumstance. Lon Harris needed a teammate. He said, hey, I don't know.
And
anybody
Burr.
else. Oh, wait, who's that guy I grew up with? Enter his brother. Now they are an indomitable team. Then critically acclaimed what they have brought to the table, because it's William the Bibiani, sure, but Whitney Seibold also knows him some movies. He's a very
Seibold.
respected film critic in this community, and now he is here to do some damage to the Harris family.
And it figures they paired him with Mark Hewitt, the guy whose last name you can barely pronounce.
About Anarchy. They
Yeah.
were on a victory road there, critically acclaimed, to get themselves a #1 contender.
I'm not even sure if that was the right
Last year.
pronunciation.
And to Mike Kalinowski, who then says, all right, Anarchy, guess what, Whitney? You're going to be with Mark Hewitt. And the Beast, you're going to be with Matt Nost. for that. So they are ready to make an impact. But if the Harris brothers have anything to say with it, they'll be the ones.
The way he would randomly break out into dance after that.
There was a lot of gibberish that I didn't understand.
This is a great way to finish off his career. Ooh.
Whitney and I, critically acclaimed, 3 wins, 3 knockouts.
Look, the Lords of Chaos took over at that point and separated us and made sure that our combined powers.
They're
did not
such
blast
bros.
a hole through everything.
The Harris brothers. What's the story behind that?
They're brothers.
Taking on literal bros.
Lon Harris reaches out and gets his brother, another professor, to go ahead and compete with.
His name's John.
John
Lon
and
and John.
Yeah.
You gotta love that family sense of humor.
The Harris brothers are back to reclaim our title, but the Harris brothers.
Reclaim? You never had
I
it.
mean, these miscreants, they come along, they think, oh, I won this match, now give me my belt. But they haven't done the rigorous work. They lack the discipline. Certainly, we have proven ourselves.
I
We've
missed
taken out,
this so much.
we take the Kanoli, we took out that team. We took out the Odd Couple, named for one of Neil Simon's lesser works. So we took out both of those teams before our match against Who's the Boss.
Critically acclaimed, the Harris brothers, face to face to face to face. Knowledge against knowledge, but better knowledge.
These are film critics. Journalism is dead.
By the way, none of these are
Academia is where they should
faces.
be.
I think they're all heels.
Critically acclaimed. Your team is a description of our team.
They say that they know everything there is to know about sort of the high art.
That's our job.
That's us. How many Kaneto Shindo films have you seen?
How many Jorg Bucherite films have you seen?
We are and have proven ourselves to be the top team in this entire league.
Together, we
No, you
are
haven't.
nigh unstoppable.
And not bad looking.
Dr. Billy and Viviani and Mr. Whitney Sebold.
Prepare to be comically ashamed.
Ooh. I like that. I like that.
Oh my god. Seriously, just
You see what
I
I'm talking
missed
about?
this
They-
so
you
much.
get the Harris brothers talking smack about critically acclaimed, saying that the Harris brothers think that they're smarter than they really are. This is a smack talk. This is a #1 contender match, and they both want those belts.
It's a question of chemistry here today, Christian, because critically acclaimed, are they going to be able to ride right back in the same saddle after all these many months off from competing with each other? The Harris brothers, they're kind of like those twins from G.I. Joe. The other one feels the pain even
Right.
though they're far away.
Right.
Is that going to factor into the match? Probably not, but if it gets physical, you just don't know.
All right, here's some notable accomplishments from both teams. Critically acclaimed, they have 3 victories. They have 3 knockouts, and they have the former Movie Trivia Schmodown champion on the team. The Harris brothers, also finalists in the tournament. They have beaten the Odd Couple. They beat Take the Cannoli.
Which,
they have
oh
a lot of
my
notable
God.
wins here, and they're looking for a new shot.
And that
One of
match
the
was
few teams in the
insane.
league that sleep in bunk beds.
Quite.
All right. Well,
I lost my mind.
Yes, you did, and it was glorious.
Some people would say I lost my mind a long time ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's
That's
time
just the
for
fact.
Movie Trivia Schmodown.
Mona!
Yeah.
I like it that we're getting right into it.
Introducing
First.
first with a record of
Wait, why are they
3
being
wins,
introduced first?
1 defeat and 3 knockouts.
Yeah, you'd think they'd be higher ranked.
Whitney,
Yeah, it
the
should be.
Beauty, Cyborg, and the former Movie Trivia Schmodown champion of the
Which people went farther as a team? Like, it's kind of the same records, but
Okay.
Harris brothers made it to the
Harris
Showdown
Brothers
final.
technically is only 2-1. What's happening?
Movie Trivia Limbo Town? Oh, we gotta find the right door.
Oh, they're doing monsters.
Yeah.
There. What in the hell?
Oh my god.
Oh, this is
Oh my
great. This is
god.
great.
Yes.
What is happening?
Portman and Black Swan on dance is not just about dance. It's about everything behind it.
You don't get President Obama.
What?
Totally right.
The lift in Dirty Dancing is iconic. What?
Oh my god! That was perfect. Perfect.
That was something.
Yeah, sorry, Nico. You're wrong just because of this entrance.
You guys okay? Arrived on set.
It's a bit of a walk. It was a bit of a walk.
Made it. Well, congratulations. I'm glad that you made it.
It wasn't just that.
And late to the party cameo.
Fans in the crowd
Yeah.
signed to support their hero.
That was great. That was great.
All right. All right.
It's my sister.
And their opponents. With a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout.
No more Gangsta's Paradise? Guys,
Throwdown finalists
I wanted a rap.
and Jonathan, the Harris Brothers.
Appears to be one. Oh, he's doing the death point.
I don't get it.
It's Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh my god.
Oh, right.
I haven't seen the film, and even I knew that.
I'll say, these guys call themselves film snobs. They just remade a millennial version of the Seventh Seal. I call foul. That's not very snobby. That's very mainstream of it.
And actually, yes, sorry, I take that back. That was Seventh Seal because Lon is death,
Show them Bill and
John is the knight.
Journey.
This is the most interesting smack talk I've ever seen.
I just wanted to wear this costume so you can't see my toes.
All right, well, here we go now as the #1 contender match begins.
Why not just wear sunglasses
Round
then?
number 1, how's that go?
You gotta love how they acted out a
They-
scene.
That seems to work for a lot of people.
Didn't have sunglasses back then.
In round number 1, the field is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different movie trivia categories. Each question is worth
Watch,
1
this'll
point.
be the
So
time
for
I
this
don't do
question,
so
there is no
hot.
stealing in round number 1, although this is a team.
watch.
You'll get
Number
8.
1,
Fuck
are
you.
to rely only on
Watch,
your own
this will be the
intellect
time I
to
actually
the
get
correct answer.
more
We
than
ask the
50%
question.
correct.
Once we do, you have about 15 seconds to write down
I'm
your
not.
answer.
I'm
Attempt
just
that
not
answer
gonna
on
make
the
any
whiteboard.
predictions about how I do
Once we ask you
at all.
by name to reveal your answer, please say your best attempt into the microphone. At the same time, you hold the whiteboard up to
That's the thing,
camera
don't
and
set yourself
also
up for
allow us
disappointment.
here on the answer desk to witness in all its glory your possibly correct
Case, can you
answer.
blame me?
I will
I'm a
remind each
DCEU
team
film.
You have 3 usages of the JDE rule throughout the duration
Ah.
of the match. If you're not sure, you heard it
No, no,
correctly.
Worlds of
Buy yourself
DC,
some time.
because changing the name will make your
JDE
franchise
each
better.
team
Clearly.
also has 1 challenge to be answered when they see fit.
All right, so with that, Harris Brothers, are you ready?
Too often students don't listen to all the directions, so I just want you guys to
By the
know
way,
we definitely
I
did.
started standing long before Bibiani ever did. I stopped after a while,
We're good. We're not pretending.
but I did it again last month.
Let's get ready.
Douche Modow!
Modown!
This first question is an action adventure. Which The Walking Dead actor played government agent
Oh,
Harvey Russell
fuck.
in 2018's
Oh,
Rampage?
yep, it's him.
You know, it's kind of like a running joke last year.
Might as well go with the one guy who has been burned into my head from that show.
Clearly better than Lon, although I do enjoy
5, 4, 3.
Can't write
I
fast
have
enough?
No clue.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
The Walking Dead actor
Oh!
Oh, it
played
was?
government agent
Oh.
Harvey Russell in
Oh, I got one
2018's
right. Yay!
They asked for a repeat.
5, 4,
Bastards.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Harris
Jeffrey Dean
Brothers.
Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
It is Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yes, it is. Whitney.
I wrote down Norman.
Ah.
Okay. And
I
Jonathan.
wrote down what he likes to be called grimy.
And Beast.
I also had Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
So you go. Tie game. Tie game.
Okay.
Yay, I'm on the board.
Good job.
With the one guy I know from that show.
There you go. Next question.
Next question in the world of animals.
Same, and I
That have been
still couldn't
drawn
pull his
by hand
name
or
because
more
I'm
likely
just
on a computer.
tired.
The question is, when Blue, a domesticated macaw from small town Minnesota,
Hey!
meets a fiercely independent Jewel, he takes off on an adventure with her in what film?
This movie sucks.
Also a character in Solo: A Star Wars Story.
By the way, look at the records. It's the same. 3-1 with 1 KO each.
Voiced by Jon Favreau.
3, 2,
Oh.
1. Pens down. Whitney.
Rio.
Rio.
Yes, it is. Jonathan.
Rio.
Yep,
Boom.
Beast.
Rio.
Yep.
I also said Rio.
Rio. There
And
you go.
she dances on
I was saying, and nobody else wanted to sing Duran Duran? What the hell?
William the Beast Viviani tried to do there. I like what he pretended
for
it was a
two,
long
baby.
tunnel and just did a lot
Well
of
done.
scribbling. I really enjoyed that. I really,
Madagascar. Wait a minute.
yeah, I really enjoyed that. Said it's a long title. I like that.
a little bit of
I
gamesmanship by
liked
the
it.
Beast.
Smart. All right, here we go. Next question. Dramas. Who stars as former slave hunter turned Jesuit missionary in 1986's The Mission?
And there goes a third.
Tortilla chips. You get them at fancier grocery stores. It
Yeah.
just says Mission.
I know what they are.
They are good stuff.
Good for you.
Put them in some
5.
queso.
I don't know.
What's queso? 2, 1. Pens down, please. And John.
Mel
Tom
Gibson?
Skerritt?
It was 50-50. I guessed Liam Neeson.
That's incorrect. Beast.
Robert De Niro?
That is correct.
Oh.
Lon.
I also had Robert De Niro.
And Whitney.
Oh, I wrote Jeremy Irons.
Incorrect.
I also wrote Jeremy Irons. I don't know why.
Match just yet.
Liam Neeson.
Gentlemen, your next question is in the world of 80s movies. This is as in the 1980s. Your question is, which 1980s musical contains the following quote? What professional rides a motorcycle and wears a black leather
Oh,
jacket?
I love this movie.
Stumped.
I have a
Crap.
also have a light jean jacket.
I like the jean
which I'm
jacket.
wearing
5.
today.
Can you repeat
4.
the question?
Yeah.
I certainly
Who
can.
was that? Lon? Yeah.
In 1980s movies, which 1980s musical contains the following quote? What professional rides a motorcycle and wears
Let's
a
just
black
say his
leather
character
jacket?
had talent for causing things pain.
5, 4, 3.
I have a feeling I'm very wrong, but this is the only thing I could think of.
Grease 2?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Lon?
I believe it was Little
Grease.
Shop of Horrors.
Boom!
Also,
I had.
you wrote down the country,
We were on the same page for once. I guess Grease.
Oh,
not the
oh
movie.
shoot! Damn it!
The movie is spelled like a greasy
I
thing.
know.
A greasy
I know.
item.
I know. I screwed
Plus
up.
the movie's 78.
Which 1984 film starring Emilio Estevez and Harry Dean Stanton follows a bunch of wacky characters trying to find a Chevy Malibu with radioactive aliens hidden in the trunk? Oh, God. I feel like I just
What?
When that happens. You know,
Fuck. What's the
you
name
get
of
these
this movie?
radioactive aliens.
Yeah.
Again, that's why you gotta
5,
really bet E.T.
3.
Is
I
he
like
a
when you-
botanist?
I just like
I don't
when
got
you
it.
Is he a
2.
botanist? Is he not?
Pens down, Lon.
Most people spend their lives trying to get out of insane situations, but the Repo Man spends his life trying to
Damn it! Was Repo Man?
Ordinary people, I hate him. Repo Man.
You got it. Jonathan.
I didn't get it. I put Men at Work.
Oh, and Beast.
Wow. Okay, but I did have Repo Man.
Wow, so critically acclaimed. Back.
Tie game again.
Rat.
All right. Here we go. Next.
Very
category
close,
here.
very
Next
close
category
game.
is comedy.
In the world of comedy,
Sorry, that's your
Christian,
question.
do the laugh.
No, you got it.
Who directed Clueless?
Oh,
I am clueless about this.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's a tough question for some.
Trying to go there.
I know this isn't right, but
4,
whatever.
3,
I have to guess.
1.
Catherine
Whitney.
Bigelow.
Yes, sir. Jonathan.
Who?
Amy Heckerling.
Amy Heckling. Dang
Amy
it.
Heckerling?
And Lon.
Amy Heckerling.
Lon's
Dang
still
it.
perfect.
No.
Lon's still
I was about to write down Abe Vigoda for whatever reason. I don't know why.
If I may say, out of all the competitors I've ever seen write something on a whiteboard,
God.
Whitney
I'm trying to
by
picture
far
Salvatore
leads the
Tessio
nation.
directing Ask F.
He gets a bonus point for that, right?
No, not yet.
He gets
Next
extra
season.
credit in my class.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, there you go. Next season.
What is that dribble you're
Well done. Well done. All right. All right. Horror/thriller. Shh, quiet over there.
One guy.
Name the movie from this synopsis. Name the movie from the synopsis. A woman who lives in her darkened old family house with her 2 photosensitive children.
Wait a
becomes
second.
convinced that
They
the
just
home
asked this
is
question
haunted.
in one of the previous
They just had a question about this
Yes.
the other day.
Yes, they did.
What?
Your empty cup.
What
I-
match was it again?
I'm going to speak with Alex.
Oh,
I
well.
feel really annoyed that
With,
I don't remember
with
this.
Nicole
I am
Kidman.
very happy that I remember the damn title.
2,
The Others.
Wait a minute. Wait.
The Others.
Ah,
Jonathan.
I didn't know who directed this at first.
I almost said The Strangers.
The Others.
Yeah, that's right. And Beast.
The others is the correct
Yes,
answer.
Lon.
I also put the others.
And perfect penmanship.
The honors.
God, look at that. Just hold that up there for a second.
All right. Well, look,
The Otters.
look at this. Lon, if he hit hits this question, he will himself.
That's a
will
mistake
answer a
JTE
question
would
on the
actually
first
make.
round. He'll have the time for the bonus.
Yes.
That's right.
Miss.
Don't blow
Miss. Noonan.
Your last question
Steve Perry.
I'm encouraging.
is a Patreon question, and this comes to us courtesy of, I love saying this guy's name, Jake Hammer. The Hammer's back.
Thank you, Jake.
Hammer,
The Hammer.
Royal Movie Trivia Showdown patron. Check out the Patreon today.
I hear he's better with a screwdriver.
Maybe one day I'll say your name like I just did, Jake the Hammer.
I don't know.
A question
Shame.
in the category of
Shame.
Shame.
choices that are somewhat new, and your question to the field.
How dare he?
What 2018 film do Blake Lively and Henry Golding play husband and wife?
Oh.
It's a tie game here. If they all get
Uh,
it, but Lon will have a chance if he hits it.
It's not the one that I've seen. It's the other one, and I don't know.
It's one of the best movies.
A Simple Favor.
Any year, A Simple Favor.
Simple favor.
Oh,
Perfect round for Lon.
I had no idea about that.
And Jonathan?
I wrote a serious thing.
Oh, wow.
What?
Serious. Joan Hart romantic comedy from 2001.
Lon has a perfect round.
I got 3 points. That's better than I thought it would do.
If he hits this question, Lon, you don't have to write this down. This
Actually,
is
Chris,
for
you were right for
Here you go.
once.
Here's your bonus
I only got
question.
5.
Lon, name the 2 actors who have played Rooster Cogburn.
John Wayne.
That would be Jeff Bridges
And Jeff Bridges.
John Wayne.
For 1 point, tie game here. Tie.
Anytime I hear the name Rooster, I just think of the show The Ranch on Netflix.
Get into
Oh my
round
God.
number
Have some
2,
taste, will you?
The wheel rounds. Mark, how's 2 go?
In round number 2,
That show
each
stinks.
team gets a spin at the
It's a
wheel
pretty
of
good show. I like it.
That show stinks. It's garbage.
Slice on that there wheel
Says the one
corresponds
who
to
loves
a movie
Attack of the
category that contains
Clones.
4 questions therein. Each
I
question
said
is
it's
one
nostalgic rose-tinted goggles,
However,
okay?
if you're not sure of the answer, the teams can ask for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the answer. You answer that one correctly, you get yourself 1 point, as opposed to 2 if you get it.
All right, we're
wrong.
back to
So
a physical
keep in
wheel,
mind,
so
both
stay away
teams,
from the
all
pegs.
competitors, there is stealing available in round number
Spin
2.
from the wheel, not the
So
pegs.
Be aware, on the wheel.
So
we
you spin
have
from the
a
pegs.
bevy of
Absolutely.
Patreon things to celebrate, Christian, because that wheel is sponsored with a slice from one of our Schmodown patrons, and that slice is Jim Henson. It's a new slice. We got a Henson slice.
Oh, I thought Jim Henson was actually sponsoring the slice.
Yeah, and then I realized, oh wait, that's the guy who created the Muppets.
Say, he's been dead longer than I've been alive.
Oh.
Thank you, John.
Ooh, Bond is on there. I love that one.
She has been in a Bond film.
How much do you have to spend to be able to sponsor a wheel slice?
A lot.
60.
Critically acclaimed.
Oh.
Answer questions. Maybe they get to go first,
Well,
but that's
damn.
all in the hands of the
I was going to put wrestling movies on the thing and piss off Mark and Draco.
First or defer to your critical opponents.
What did Draco do to you?
Okay.
Please spin from the wheel.
Nothing. I just find his rivalry with the movie Ready to Rumble very hilarious.
From the Hustlers.
Good spin by Lon. I like that spin. Question is, see,
That's a
Lon
good spin.
made a mistake last tournament. He was confident in a particular thing, but was trying to appease his brother, and they spun away, and I think that's what happened.
You want them to
Yeah, I mean, that's the.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
This could be big. Oh, classic.
no. Wait a minute. Ooh. That's the
They
specialty.
should like that.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting.
This is now. Can they put their money where their mouth is here? So
Yeah,
here we go.
that is a good question indeed.
Well, let's see.
Take issue with
Oh Lord.
All right, well, here you go. Here we go. All right, guys. Classics. 6 questions. What 1940s drama starring Gregory Peck, Dorothy McGuire, John Garfield, and Celeste Holm concerns a journalist posing as a Jewish man to research an expose on anti-Semitism in New York City?
Oh. Go to multiple choice. I'll know it.
5,
Can we have?
4.
We'll say the gentleman's agreement.
That's correct.
Wow.
They almost went multiple choice. They ended up getting it right.
All right, here we go. What 1950s film starring Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, and Grace Kelly was based on the play The Philadelphia Story?
The Philadelphia Story.
This is a trick question.
4,
Can Can we get multiple choice?
Yes, you can. A, Riding High. B, The Country Girl.
Oh,
C,
no,
High
I'm thinking of
Society. D, Going My Way.
Going My Way?
Going my way. Crap.
We'll say High Society.
For 1 point. That's
No.
correct.
Never mind.
Okay.
Look, I don't know classics. Don't listen to me.
All right. Question 3. Who played the female lead alongside Bing Crosby and Bob Hope in 1942's The Road to Morocco?
It's not Marlene Dietrich. That movie was just called Morocco.
5.
Chris, you okay right there?
A, Dorothy Lamour. B, Rosemary Clooney. C, Ingrid Bergman.
Is it Ingrid Bergman?
Rosemary Clooney.
Bergman?
Rosemary Clooney.
It's incorrect for the steal.
Dorothy Lamour.
Correct for 1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Big steal.
Number 3.
Ouch.
This is number 4. Okay. How many times does Scarlett O'Hara get married in Gone with the Wind?
By today's standards, 2 minutes.
Ouch.
4 times?
3.
Correct.
All right. Didn't even
Brooklyn Bill curse.
that one. They back up by 4 points.
This is number 5.
Ashley sucks.
Number 5.
Not a big fan.
Here we go. Orson Welles plays which Shakespearean character in 1965's Chimes at Midnight?
Falstaff.
Correct for 2 points.
Damn.
All right. Well done.
Damn.
Last question. Who played Maria Nunes in 1961's
Natalie Wood.
West Side Story?
Yeah.
5, 4.
Guys.
We'll go multiple choice.
Is
Chris,
it A, Julie Andrews?
they
B,
answered
Natalie
questions
Wood,
that you didn't.
C, Audrey Hepburn.
Fair.
D,
You are not
Stark
allowed to give them
Hathaways.
shit.
1 point. So 7-point lead here.
They second guessed themselves, but I could see on Lon's face he was like, "Yeah, we knew it. We should have just gone with our gut."
Something that they don't want, but we'll see. The
Yeah.
base is going to spin by the
2013, a bad year for film.
Yeah, 7
You
points.
figure the
Not
editor.
an insurmountable lead when it comes to teams because he has 6 questions and you can confer
Few
with
good
your
ones, yeah.
teammate who
Very
said
few
he's
good
going
ones.
about movies. So I think critically acclaimed, sitting in pretty good position.
They are. And William Bibiani, also the managing editor of the Schmodown website.
TriviaST.com, that one.
90s.
90s.
90s it is.
All right.
You're going to go with 90s. All right.
Okay.
That's the strength of theirs.
Decade
Okay.
Is it? I don't know.
1990s.
Where is
Might be for Bibbs.
You don't need to see it, you just need to hear it. Critically acclaimed, your first question in the world of the 1990s that includes Cineburst Gum and Crystal Pepsi. Your first of 6
Have
questions
a
is,
Zima with that.
what comedic actor played sound engineer Gary Dixon in Anaconda?
Ice Cube.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah. Owen Wilson.
That's 2 points.
Nice.
Well done.
So great.
You were way off.
I have
on
not
that
seen that
one.
movie in
Yep.
15 years, so
Once
sorry.
again, sticking in the world of the 90s. In the film Wayne's World, what song is Wayne denied from playing?
Stairway to
in
Heaven.
The guitar show?
Stairway to Heaven.
No stairway denied, but they get 2
No
points.
stairway
That's a
denied.
3-point game.
People only do things because they get paid. That's really sad.
All right, gentlemen. Next up, who plays Amy March, the youngest of the March Girls in 1994's Little Women?
2 different actors play her. Do you want the younger or the older?
The youngest.
Look, it's Kirsten Dunst and Samantha Mathis.
Thank you very much.
Boom! that is very wrong. That comes out very wrong.
Yeah, it came out pretty rough there, bud.
Brothers' thoughts on the 94 Little Women film that was based on the classic novel.
Here we go.
I mean, if one must
We're gonna see an apology on the Schmodown website tomorrow.
dedication to look up the old one. Sure.
The Catherine Hepburn one is better.
I prefer the late Chris Farley version on Saturday.
God.
All right.
Fine example.
And we move back into the world of the
Greta Gerwig
90s.
will blow 'em
Your
all
next
out of
question
it.
is,
2019. That's the year we're in right now.
3 of the most
Oh, shit.
popular girls at Reagan High accidentally killing the prom queen when a
Jawbreaker.
kidnapping goes horribly wrong.
Jawbreaker.
It is, in fact, Jawbreaker.
Which is nothing at all like Heather's.
Oh no, not at all.
They take the lead.
It's exactly like Heather's.
Your penultimate question in round number 2. In the 1993 thriller Falling Down, who plays the wife of Michael Douglas's defense, Beth Trevino?
Oh. Who's the one?
5.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Barbara Hershey, B, Tuesday
Sharon
Wells,
Stone?
C,
Barbara
Sharon
Hershey.
Stone, or D, Rachel Ticotin?
Barbara Hershey.
Give him a point.
Wow. So look at that. So we are now 2-point lead here by critically acclaimed.
Joel Schumacher's best film.
All right. Your last question. In the world of the 90s.
Isn't that Batman and Robin?
90s question this one is. For 2 points.
Trigger.
What real grunge band was the first band in the 1992
Alice in Chains.
Cameron Crowe film?
We deserve the shades.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay. Pearl Jam.
They're still alive.
Oh, that's a trick question.
Wow.
That's a trick question because both Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam both appear in the band.
A 4-point lead here, and now we get into the third round. 4
I haven't
points.
seen the
We've
movie, so I can't confirm nor deny
I
that.
love that movie.
Mark, how does round 3 work?
It's incredible to see.
Which is funny because
the
I don't like
comeback
Cameron
critically
Crowe, but I
acclaimed
like
the
that
Harris
movie.
Brothers,
Thank
one of
you.
them pitching a perfect round once, but now
Good
we
match
have
so
an
far.
even flow into round number 3.
God damn it, Ellis.
Each team will give us a series of 3 numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number will correspond to a different movie trivia category up here at the answer desk. The first question is worth 2 points. Your next one's worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. Now keep in mind, we will tell you the category that you selected at random for your 2-pointer, and at that point the team itself must decide which member is going to answer that one individually. You may not confer with your teammate, and then for the 3-pointer, the opposite teammate will answer that one by themselves. You may only confer with your teammate for the 5-point question.
All right. Now, with that being said, the critically acclaimed is in the lead now. 3 numbers from 1 to 20.
Pick one. 4, 15, 19.
4, 15, and 19 for acclaimed and the Harris Brothers.
6,
Take 9.
10.
6, 9, and 10. All right. So the Harris Brothers will start first here with
The,
number
s-
6.
the system for picking numbers
6
still
will
has not been
begin for
cracked
the
yet.
Harris Brothers, and they will have to choose in the
Why
category
would it be?
of fantasy sci-fi.
Okay.
Fantasy sci-fi. Who would like to?
John.
I'll take this one.
All right, here you go. All right. Category of fantasy sci-fi. Who provides the voice of the monster in
Liam Neeson.
2016's A Monster Calls?
Oh, come on. I haven't seen the movie, and I know it.
5.
Vin Diesel.
Ah,
Liam Neeson. Liam
damn.
Neeson. All right.
It is a trick. It is a trick.
It is. All right. So here's the next question here for the Harris Brothers.
Come on, Harris Brothers.
Lon will get here.
Come on, Lon.
3 and they're 5 here. So here's the 3 in the category of 9. 9, which is Angelina
9?
Jolie. Angelina
9?
Jolie. Here you go, Lon.
8 or 9?
In which film
9?
does Angelina Jolie
9.
play Colin Farrell's mother?
What?
Is it
Oh,
5
is it a Winter's Tale?
for Alexander.
yeah, there we go.
So
Yep.
if they do not hit this,
TKO.
Critically will have their 4th consecutive TKO by win here. If they
Well,
hit.
shit.
Here we go. Harris Brothers need to hit this. This is category 10. Category 10, war movies.
Oh.
War movies. Here you go, guys. You ready to go? You can confirm.
War. What is it good for?
Absolutely.
Absolutely nothing.
Name 2 of the other soldiers. You need the actors' names
Oh,
here
they just talked about this
who
in
get pinned down
top
with
10.
Mark
Ah.
I've
in
only
Emil
seen this
Hirsch.
once. It was years ago.
Emil Hirsch and
Yeah, it's a TKO.
5, 4.
Is this the one where he's on the oil rig?
No.
Wes Bentley and Ben Foster.
oh, Ben
Is this
Foster.
the
There
one?
we go. Yeah.
Ah.
Damn.
Chris, you're alright.
Although it was a case of just questions that they just didn't know.
That's got to be a record, I think.
The Harris Brothers leaving it all out there together on the field. They got Ben Foster. We would have accepted either Emil Hirsch or Taylor Kitsch.
Taylor
Went with
Kitsch, there we
Bentley,
go.
Not quite enough to force the hand of critically acclaimed. And they are back in the winner's circle again. And what a formidable team that they are going into the rest of this season. They are one to keep your eye on.
Oh, absolutely. Well, now they've got a date with destiny as they face off against the Shire Wolves, Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing. TKO, I do not see in their future with that match, but I do see a big title match now. When will it happen? Sometime in February, sometime in March, but it will happen. Critically acclaimed.
Be a good match either way.
Oof.
Before the belts, Bibiani has the
Cannot
opportunity
wait
now
for
to
that one.
become the third man in history to win both the team belts and the singles championship.
The critically acclaimed kids.
First
they
one,
move on to continue to spin the black
John
circle. Meanwhile,
Roca.
the Harris brothers will be listening to the song
Second
Black
one,
on a Yellow Ledbetter. I'm
Christian
still referencing
Harloff.
Pearl Jam songs.
Well, now we're going to talk to Emma Fife, who's standing with.
But I
critically
don't
acclaimed
think Bibiani is going to be the third.
What's up, Movie Trivia
I
Showdown
do.
Fans? Your team lead commissioner Emma Fife here with the Harris
it's
brothers, Jonathan,
quite likely.
Lon.
Quite
You
possible.
put up a good fight today, I have to say.
I think we answered all the questions that were about, movies that people should be expected to know about. I don't know, The Lone Survivor. I'm not sure who's asking about these recent films. I had expected.
Sorry,
that we
but
were
you
going to
did
talk
miss
about
classic
Hell is
questions.
for Heroes, the classic Don Siegel adventure, but next time perhaps.
No, today was the Bing Crosby Schmodown.
Yes.
I'm not sure that is something I want to be part of.
I see. Okay. Well, I guess that Bing Crosby doesn't make your list of noteworthy actors from the past whom people should invest time in
The
seeing
Pie
their films.
is classic, not noteworthy actors from the past.
I see. Point taken.
I would hate to be Bing Crosby right now because I just leveled him.
He is rolling over in his grave, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe?
Anyway,
Bing got dinged.
Lon, you had a perfect round one, though. I mean,
Nobody
you
likes
to-
Bing.
to
They
say
only
lots
use
of
Google.
Nice things about films of the present day, but you clearly know a thing or two about new releases.
That's a web browser joke.
I get by. I have to relate to young students.
No,
who
no,
aspire.
we're
There's
not
things
laughing
important
because
that
we
I
didn't
learned
get
about
it.
your-
We're just
your
not laughing.
widows and what have you.
We already discussed the overabundance of Bing Crosby in your round two there, but then what happened in round three?
You know, in round three, you only get a few questions. You only get a few chances to really strike. We got a monster calls. And I think Jonathan was expecting if we were going to talk about monster.
Seriously, I haven't seen the movie and I knew it,
Classic
so
Universal period, but fair enough. But I think we're just recent films that we just haven't seen as much, haven't studied with the level of depth that we've studied, say the classics of the French New Wave.
When you have a cartoon tree in your film and he is not careening through space, I don't know if you can expect anyone to know it.
You did answer a tree-related actor, which I thought was very good.
It was stuck in my head. I thought there is absolutely no chance that Vin Diesel would voice.
This is why
multiple
these two are
trees
gonna
in
stick around for a
2018.
while.
I'd actually like to see
I mean,
a
who
Monster
knows?
They
Calls-
should.
I'd like to see a Monster Calls redubbed.
And they
with
will.
Vin Diesel's voice.
I mean, maybe
Just saying
Vin Diesel has like
family.
tree specialist on his resume nowadays. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen Vin Diesel's his special skills on his resume.
Lon and I are family. This won't break us apart.
Hey
We're
kid,
family.
don't be sad about your
Well,
Vin Diesel.
it was
No, that was my
I got
impression
what
of
you were
Liam
going
Neeson
for.
Oh my
as a tree.
God.
in
Sure,
Monster
sure.
Calls.
Now,
This
you
is
guys,
wonderful.
You're a great team. I love having you in the league. I love seeing you out there, but you've hit some rough spots as of late. How are you feeling about the future of the Harris brothers in the Schmodown?
I do not know much about film. So, that's always something.
Right,
That's
yeah.
always something you want to deal with.
Listen, film knowledge is not necessarily.
That's not necessarily what this is about, and I
That's
know
true.
that going in.
Yeah.
No, it's
I mean,
only
Josh
called the
McCool
Movie
has made
Trivia
a whole
Schmodown, but
career
sure.
on the show on not really knowing that much about film.
For now, at least.
Maybe I will after this.
Someday more mediums will make their way.
No.
Regardless, I think there may be a future for the Harris brothers. But
Nico, stop trying to make
regardless,
fetch
I plan to
happen.
come in very strong, return to the singles lead, my former glory in the singles lead.
You
And
wait and see.
specifically, I wish to challenge
You all wait and see.
to a singles one-on-one match following our
Ooh.
showdown today.
I think that's a fair challenge.
The gauntlet has been thrown, Mr. Bibiani.
Hey, Whitney, you want to go to that yard house across the street? Maybe we can get some onion rings and a beer or something?
I highly recommend the cheese curds. They're really delicious,
Really? The
yeah.
cheese curds?
Yeah, it's just like fried cheese.
Onion rings do sound good.
Actually, the cheese curds at the place across from where the studio is, phenomenal.
Later at the Yard House, we'll ask about it. But
It's a way-free establishment.
I need to try that one time.
Then way, they're slowly removing ingredients.
I'd hate to be Way right now because we just nailed it. Bing!
Go away, way.
What is?
Be right back with Critically
What is
Acclaimed.
going on?
I'm still alive.
I guess we're just
Whoa,
opening up on
I'm still
Critically Acclaimed's
alive.
victory cheer song.
Yeah, we're pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, you had a very impressive match, I have to say.
I also have to say that. Yeah, I thought we did really good. Like I was like, we didn't have to.
There's a soundbite for you.
Wee!
Four TKOs.
Is that the number one? I know the Patriots had a lot, but it's up there, right? It's pretty good.
You know,
Definitely set records.
whether or not we're setting a record, it's still something to be darn proud of.
Right.
I absolutely agree with that sentiment. I mean, you know, I think that people sometimes forget about you, and that you proved today that you should not be forgotten.
Ooh.
Who could forget this face?
Ooh.
A lot of people can forget this face. We disappear as a team for months upon months, and every time we come back, we come roaring back, showing everybody. I'm looking forward to our next match, but with our luck, it'll be in 9 months. So who the hell knows? But it's great. It's really, really cool. I'm glad we were able to come roaring back in this season, start off strong. Who knows what happens next?
Well, I mean, I know what happens next. You guys are now #1 contenders, so you're going to be going up against the Shire Wolves for the belt.
I know, and it's really cool talking about that with you because you have no biases whatsoever. You have no preconceived notions, nothing. We saw what you did for the Shire Wolves. We saw what the Shire Wolves have done for themselves. They are the toughest team, I think, in the history of the league. So
Outside the Patriots?
Patriots?
to face the Shire Wolves. We hope to
Arguably higher
well
accuracy
against
rate.
the Shire Wolves. It would be neat if we won, but you
True.
know, let's be honest,
Patriots
there's
went
no
9-0.
against the Shire Wolves, right?
We can hold our own against the Shire Wolves.
Yeah, and it'll be fun.
And down at that moment, when the score is tied and we're holding the staff, we can just yell at that big fiery monster. What does Gandhi feel? What is it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And he like yells at the Balrog.
Yes! Thank you.
Well, listen, as the former manager of the Shire Wolves, I would like to say that I'm honored that it's
Former?
going to be the two of you. I think you guys are very worthy
Because she's commissioner.
competitors.
She
She's
can't
the
be fired.
commissioner now.
Clark and Rachel, as you say, are definitely some of the strongest players that the league has ever seen, and the two of them together are a force to be reckoned with. And I think that you guys are a force that'll be nice to see it going up against their force.
Whee! And I just want to see what we're going to do for our intros because they're good. They got. Hey, I don't have an award.
Yeah, that's true.
They got an award. I don't have nothing.
Maybe this is your opportunity.
That'd be
No.
nice.
He has comeback player of the year.
Now, William Bibbiani, I have to say, unless there is a William Artemis Bibbiani, or was it Aloysius?
It was Artemis.
Artemis
Yeah.
Bibbiani.
Like the hotel.
You've been issued a challenge from one Professor Lon Harris.
May I borrow the mic for a second? I have a message for Lon Spadoinkle Harris. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk to Christian, see if we can schedule that.
Oh, well,
Really
that was
threatening.
a lukewarm yes.
Spadoinkle?
Okay, taking it as a yes, one way or another. Well, congratulations to both of you,
Thank you very
Whitney,
much.
Bibbs, critically acclaimed. I look forward to seeing you guys go up against the Shire Wolves.
Yeah!
Now back to you,
They
Mark and
might
Christian.
be going down maybe.
All right, so look, as we saw in the interview, Lon and Jonathan both a little upset by the match itself, but Lon saying he's ready to play singles, ready to keep playing teams, as is Jonathan. They're ready to keep going, and they have more matches ahead of them for
And
sure.
a job well done, not just from a question-answering standpoint, but technically, what a great intro that was, bringing Scattergories to the 7th seal, a beautiful melding of the new and the old world.
But it's critically acclaimed, who is very excited as they speak to Emma Fyfe inside of the that interview there. Emma's asked point blank. It's tough. You can tell it's a little tough for Emma though when she's asking those questions
Because
about.
she's-
Well, she
right.
can't. She's not the manager of the Shire Wolves anymore. So when she's out there and she's talking to Bibbiani and she's asking him about how do you feel about going against the champions.
You wonder if it's still in the back of her head a little bit.
Of course it is.
If there's some favoritism because
Of course it is.
she loves her former clan.
She put that team together, or she watched the team come together. She recruited them. She took them to the championship.
She raised them from pups.
She did, and now as she's talking to them, you can she that's how good Emma Fyfe is, though. She's a neutral announcer, and she's asking the questions because now as the commissioner of this league.
That's right.
She is the commissioner of the team's league.
She's
so, yeah.
someone that you can actually trust, and you guys can go to triviasd.com right now for all the latest and greatest in the world of the movie Trivia Showdown. You get some cool factoids, updates, and you can buy tickets to upcoming
I swear the
live
website just looks
events.
better and
Check out
better
the
and
Movie
better.
Trivia Showdown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. That's how you can watch all these fancy live events that we love putting on for you.
And don't forget, on February 23rd, I announced it at the Spectacular, the first Schmodown Throwdown. That's right, 2 matches in one live streaming event. On February 23rd, we'll be doing it from here. You guys, if you're at the $10 Patreon tier, you can get it, or you can get it at a one-time fee to watch the Inner Geekdom title match between Mike Kalinowski and the winner of Rachel Cushing and Adam.
It's going to be a barn burner.
It's gonna be Rachel.
It will.
Trivia Schmodown action. In
Yes.
the meantime, that is Christian George Harloff. I am merely Mark Ellis. Go listen to some grunge, and if that doesn't do it for you, how about you get some Van Halen in you? You see the shirt?
Oh, that's good.
There's a lot of video left. Ooh.
This is exactly like my Uncle Fred's grill. I don't know what it's doing over here, but this is definitely his grill.
Oh dear.
I could probably sell it on eBay for a couple of $100.
I'm nervous he's gonna light it in the
It
room.
wasn't your table, Bibbs. It wasn't your. How did you even get my number? How did you get my number? No, delete it. Delete it. I gotta call you back.
Isn't he not supposed to be in the building for at least a month?
Mr. Finstock, Mr. Gucci.
Oh
How are
boy.
you, my friend? Yeah.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, man.
Look, brother,
What's your deal?
you know what my deal is. I've been wanting you since day one. I tried to recruit you when I was that idiot on Action, but right now, I want you. I want to take over the 2019 Guy and Gucci, baby. I can see the lights. I can see the billboards right now.
No, that rings. Like, it looks like Dirk Diggler in neon.
Yeah, that's right.
But I gotta tell you, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. I got 2 guys right now. I don't beat 2 girls. I just don't need another guy.
Okay. Cute. That was real cute. I like that. That was good. I knew you were gonna do some stupid thing like that. So you know what? I got a little surprise for you too, guy. Gooch, guess what? Hey! Hey!
Teammate.
Little friend here for you, man.
See, this moron.
Oh.
Wig.
This is your JTE trial wig, bitch.
I knew what it was.
Well, okay. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Oh,
You
wait.
got lighter fluid in there?
You know, no, I don't. Oh, wait.
It proves you burned my mask.
I have lighter fluid.
Ooh.
What? I
How
burned
did you
your what?
get my fucking mask?
What are you talking about?
You know what?
You know, people have been talking to me about. I don't know what you mean.
No, I know what it is. You burnt my mask. I saw it.
How would I have
I
burnt
saw
your
the
mask?
Schmodown Spectacular.
How would I?
Great.
How would I
Look,
have
boys,
burnt your mask?
Nobody has that structure.
We can figure this out.
With this guy.
Of course I am. And you should join us. Look, you guys can figure all this out later, but imagine what the 3 of us could do to this league. We could set this whole place on fire.
Or tackle everybody.
Please don't actually set it on fire.
Fire. Think about it. We are fire. That's
Who
what
let
the
you
kids
out
say.
of that? Who let you out of that room we locked you in?
One of the same people that probably let me into your house.
Hey, you're gonna drop this guy in 2 months.
Join us. Come on, Join the dark side. Join the great side. You're with 2 has-beens. You're with the 50-year-old guy and the weaker half of Team Action. Come
All we
to
can do
the
is-
dark. All we can do is win. We can just be better, right? Come on,
All right.
dude. Maybe you'll get your face back.
What?
Hey,
No.
Smart.
I knew he was gonna do that shit anyway.
Yeah, well,
Did you?
Let's set some shit on fire. Have I told you how much I
Uh.
love that you burn everything to the ground? I love it. This year, we're gonna be tackling people, we're gonna be setting them on fire, my friend. It's gonna be amazing.
Okay, there's a possibility we're going to get.
Okay.
All the yes to that.
There's a serious possibility we might get a flaming tables match at some point in the future.
That would be wonderful.
Oh God.
So, okay then. Guy and Burnett trying to coax Tom to come back to the dark side. This is an interesting development.
Yes, it is.
trying to coax him to the dark side and also steal him away from Riley and Bateman.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing about it. Like, I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see. I think it will come down to how Guy Bateman turns out. Which, I mean, Chris, at least we can agree that Bateman is probably going to win that one.
Oh yes.
Nico, what do you think about that?
Yeah, probably gonna be Bateman.
But anyway, that's for later.
It'll be the one time in history I want Bateman to win.
Anyway, that's for later. Right now, we have a new number one contender in teams, and it is critically acclaimed, as we expected. At least Chris and I did. And yeah, that will. I do think that will be the Shire Wolves' toughest challenge so far. No disrespect to Riley and Bateman. They put up a hell of a game at Spectacular. But yeah, I do think Bibbs and Whitney, well, I think they can win. They should be able to win. But that should also just be a great match.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Well, and look, and obviously, I'm a huge advocate for the Shire Wolves. But even I'm saying, Bibbs and Whitney, they're probably gonna take it. They're probably gonna, and it will be close. It will be close.
It'll be the 5-0. It'll be a 5-0 of either one, and it'll be hit or miss. Really.
I think you're counting out the Shire Wolves a little too easily.
I'm not.
I'm not.
No.
Look, they are 5-0 with a reason. They are that good, and they definitely show that at Spectacular. But I'm just saying that Bibbs and Whitney are that good.
And in terms of the width of knowledge, I hate to say this. I really do. I hate saying this. But between the four of them, Bibbs and Whitney have arguably the wider berth of knowledge over Rachel and Clark. Individually, I'll actually make the argument that Clark can overtake Whitney.
Yeah.
But Rachel can't overtake Bibbs.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm.
Because, like,
but
listen,
it's fun speculation.
Listen, both individually and as a team, the Shire Wolves have been on a roll. Their accuracy has been on point. Like, the only team that came close to them accuracy-wise was Who's the Boss, and the Shire Wolves beat them. This performance by Critically Acclaimed does not suggest to me that they are the guys who will take the titles from the Shire Wolves, because you got to think about it.
I think he's going based off of the round one performance, which in that case, fair, but it's also a different format for a 5-rounder.
It is a different format, and Clark Wolf and Rachel Cushing have probably more experience than anyone else in the game besides Dan Murrell and John Roca, maybe, when it comes to 5-round matches. Bibbs was in 2 5-round matches his entire career, and one of them he came out victorious on the last question. The other one he did not come out victorious. Rachel Cushing, Clark Wolf, together they've had at least a handful of title matches, and in several different iterations of the Schmoedown, might I add. So I just feel like experience is on their side. I feel like they have some of the best round one performances out of any team and any individuals in the Schmoedown. Their accuracy rate is on point. Clark Wolf, if the luck of the wheel carries over from last year into this year, I feel like they're going to have a very solid round 2. They've been practicing with the buzzers for nonstop, so they're going to be good in round 4. Round 3 and round 5, yeah, those are kind of the ones you got to think about because categories are going to be random. But I feel like the Shire Wolves just have too much momentum on their side right now that Critically Acclaimed is not the team to take the titles from them.
Well, maybe. I personally think, I agree. The Shire Wolves definitely are more well-versed in the game, how to play the game. And that is a very important part of doing this because knowledge will only get you so far. also knowing how to play the game, strategy, buzzer round, yes, that will come into play. But purely off of knowledge, Bibbs and Whitney are stronger, and I will go with that. And I do think like at least Bibbs knows how to play 5 rounds, and Whitney will learn soon enough. So I know that this will be a close match. It will come down to the 5-pointer. Regardless of who has the momentum going and who plays the game better, it will come down to that 5-pointer just because both of these teams have a lot of knowledge, know how to play the game, and it will be a great match for us all to behold. And I'm looking forward to it.
I was going to say, who actually wins this match? Us, the fans.
Audience.
Oh, my God. Like, again, 2 of the best teams in the current roster of the Schmodown.
Yeah.
I would not ask for a better title match. So, just
get hyped.
Yes.
And get hyped for
Yes.
Mark Riley versus Drew McWeeny on Friday, because that'll also be that is a singles match.
Riley. Listen,
that McWeeny will probably win,
listen,
so.
Riley. I adore you as a human being. I truly do, and I believe you have a chance that you can win. And I believe that you have so many wonderful skills that hopefully I can collaborate with you on someday. But you're going to need to pull a miracle to win this one.
Okay, here's where I say, Mark Riley, you've had the momentum going your way, especially in the latter half of last year. Drew McWeeny hasn't played in a couple months, and he hasn't been sort of on the same role since he and Sam won the team titles. I feel like you're gonna win this one. So don't worry about what Chris has to say. You're gonna do just fine.
Yeah,
and under the bus I go.
McWeeny is gonna destroy Riley. That's all I'll say. So guys, look out for that this Friday. Tomorrow, actually, just realized. Anyway, with that said, we're gonna go into ending plugs. First of all, I'll ask. Please like the video, comment on anything that we said, if we're wrong, if we're right in our predictions, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
And please
Chris,
share.
Share indeed. Chris, where can people find you online?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, and Letterboxd at Skywalker Doberman. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D28 Channel. Please like our Facebook page. And stay tuned for, again, also on Friday, coming back on the Who Cares Anyway podcast, which I host, our Star Wars Resistance recap show, Viva la Resistance. And go check out my song, Don't Give Up, on my personal YouTube page. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Indeed. Nico, where can people find you online?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli, right here on Dedicated to Arts, over on Combat Wrestling Network with Hunter the Hitman Chambliss, and Multiplex Entertainment. That's the name of the Facebook group and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. The T-Pug is just Multiplex Buy Our Awesome Shirts. The link for my donor box for Penn State New Kensington's Thon Drive will be up for 1 more week. So click the link in the description below. And if you have not donated yet but still want to donate, we're getting that much closer to Thon. So please, if you have any money that you want to put towards helping find a cure for cancer, please do so.
Indeed, I very much agree with that. Cancer sucks. It can take your loved ones away, which it has, unfortunately, in my life. So please donate because it's a good cause. And for me, you can find me on Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy, on Facebook and Letterboxd, actually, Kees Cornelissen, and on Multiplex, competing in matches I shouldn't compete in, as usual. With that said, we will see you guys for our next Schmodown reaction or a live show tomorrow. Anyway, until then, take care.
Yeah!